being harmed by others. I've learned in life that if I allow evil people to do me harm, they will. So if I have to be careful around a certain person because I think they might harm me, I should not interact whatsoever with them. Like if I have to like be cautious around a certain person, that there's no reason why I should be anywhere near them, you know? And so there's evil people everywhere. This is the world. There's evil people everywhere. There's evil people that are going to try to do me harm. I've learned in my life, you know, I haven't gotten to know a single person that has not harmed me in one way or another. So what do you have to say to that? You know? And so like I was saying, that if I have to be cautious of a person, I shouldn't be around them. I shouldn't interact with them, you know? And like it's very sad to say, you know, but I'm in Mexico. Like, you know, most people in the States, like, you come to Mexico and you're like cautious of everybody. At least that's the way I was when I first got here. You know, I lost that, that aspect of being cautious. I started to, I stopped caring, and people would do me harm and continue to do me harm and continue to do me harm. And now I've gotten tired of it, that I just, I say to myself, you know what? I'm not going to interact with people that are going to do me harm. And so I try my best to stay away from almost everybody. I go to church, and even then, in church, I have to I stopped going to church, because I feel like this negative vibe, you know. There's these kids that hit me across the face with a ball, and it hurt a lot, you know. I don't need to live that type of experience. They call it an accident, but one time I was in this other in Tulsa in Oklahoma, and they did the same thing. These inmates, they were in a very small room kicking a ball around, and they hit me across the face with a ball, and I told the guard, "Hey, man, this guy, he just hit me with the ball across the face." He was like, "Oh yeah, that's an accident." Like if that person, you know, doesn't know how to drive a ball, it's something that I was unaware of even then, but after thinking about it, it's easy. If you have practice, it's easy to drive a ball, and hit a certain spot. It's easy. But even the guard was like, it was an accident. And I was like, let me slap you across the face and call it an accident. These people are, you know, they their foundation is this certain set of lies. You know, that's what they do. That's what they do. If they have enough credibility, they'll use this set of lies to do you harm in front of everybody.